if you've scaled your business and maybe you've now got 10 to 20 people in your team, your revenue popped, your headcount's now gone, but you're finding your profitability stabilized and you're looking like it's becoming inefficient and you're trying to get to the bottom of it, what we're going to quickly run through is a simple framework to understand a potential root cause of this. So now what we want to look at is this scenario. So you've got increased rev, right? You've got increased headcount and you've gone from say 10 to 20 people and your net profit has flatlined, right? What is happening here potentially is inefficiency in your team. With a large increase in people, right? And wages are your largest expense. Where is the money going? And what is the output you're expecting? This is where, when you have a large change like this, and if I've experienced this myself in my own business, inefficiency comes in everywhere. And we want to try and go through some stuff to get clarity on this. And what I mean by that is we tend to think that adding a person, just simply adding a person to a team, increases productivity, right? That is the base assumption. So you're spending more money, you pay the wages and this, and you go, I've got an extra person, I'm going to get more productivity. That is not true. That assumption isn't true. That's where it breaks down. So to give an example of what I mean by that, we're going to talk about a person has output, right? And we'll call this the output. We'll do it in just units of productivity, right? So a person comes in and there's a unit of productivity, right? Now this unit isn't necessarily positive, but what we tend to think about it in a default state is, let's say a poor performer or an average performer, something that we tolerate, has, let's call it 0.5 units of productivity. They do their job reasonably well. They put stuff in. It's not the best, but I mean, how am I going to find someone better? Blah, blah, blah. It's okay. It's 0.5 units. Let's say good, right, is 1 unit, right, in the role, and great might be 1.5, right, units. That's how we tend to think about an extra person coming to our team and what they're going to contribute to it. Now, this is where it breaks down, because in reality, it's different. What I'd say is, let's start there again. 1 equals good, right? But poor, what we've learned is this can go, then you can think of it as even -2, which if you see it like this, it means that you're spending money, right, investing into a role, and it actually detracts from productivity, less productivity, right? And I've seen this in lots of teams, more people, and the reason this happens is for a number of reasons, is if you've got negativity, different things where the manager of that person now has to be thinking, what is this person up to? I've got to go check their work. This person who used to be a great performer is now actually trying to check someone else's work, and what they're doing isn't great. So they're not now producing what they used to produce. They're now trying to fix this. So it's possible a person coming in, even though they're doing stuff, it's actually a negative overall contribution to the team. And then this is where it gets more interesting, is a great person is more like 100. And we've all experienced this side as well. A person that comes in and they just get things done. You trust them, you know what's going to come back is going to be good, and they just keep going and things move fast. A great person is 100 units of output, good is 1, and poor is -2. If we have that in our mind when we think about our team, rather than 1.5, 1, and 0, right? Because here, this creates ambivalence to it almost. It's like, yeah, my grade's good, yeah, but they're okay. It's not that bad. Maybe I've got it's a 0.7, 0.8. It's like, it's not too bad. It's not quite right. When in reality, it's actually something more like this. And you might have a few up here, you might have a chunk here, and then you might have 1 or 2 down here that are actually detracting from output, that are slowing down other people, that are slowing down the team. You want to get clarity on this, because that is when you have this expansion here and things are going great and you start adding more and more people, and maybe you're busy and you're distracted and all this stuff going on, your sensitivity to good and great isn't quite there because you're distracted, and a few of these start coming in, and then productivity starts decaying and you're becoming more stressed in this. We've got a video you can click through here which breaks down a very quick exercise you can go through to get clarity on who in your team is like that, and then what you can practically do to move the needle. And so you can get your profitability back up, increase your productivity, and reduce your stress.